Good morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today, my special guest is Coach Mike Shultz. Welcome, Coach.
Hey, how you doing?
Wonderful. Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Houston native. Grew up in Houston, went to Jersey Village High School, graduated from Sam Houston State University, went straight into coaching, and I've been coaching ever since.
Wow. So where were you coaching before you came here to Lamar?
I was the assistant head coach offensive coordinator at Texas State University in San Marcos.
Wow. Texas State, that's where my daughter graduated from.
It's a good school.
So, Coach, how has it been here at Lamar?
It's been great. The community's been great. We've been embraced, the staff, and I have been embraced by the community. It's been kind of nice just recently, within the last 2 months, I've got my wife moved down, and that really makes it nice to have my family here. Of course, most of my daughters are grown and married. All three of them are grown and married, but my wife is here now, and we've got our house, and it's kind of nice to have a place to hang your hat.
Well, Coach, the season is about to start. I mean, we're just weeks away from you getting on that football field and putting on a good show for the fans. So tell us about what you're looking for this season.
Well, it's right now we're in the process or the grind of what I call camp. We're 15 practices in. You take that, combine it with the 15 practices we had in the spring. So we've had 30 days to work together. It is a process. It is a process, and it is a grind. And I mean, right now at this point in camp, we're a little dinged up. But I promise you, you could take 129 head coaches and send them here, and right now that all say, we're a little dinged up right now. We got some kids hurt. And our kids are tired. I mean, we've been going at it, pretty much full speed. We have a walkthrough in the morning, a practice every afternoon. We meet in between. Every hour of every day is just about covered right now for our players. It's not, and when they're not, they got me telling them, go back, get in your bed, get rest. Go back. It's a big thing about keeping them hydrated, and drinking enough water and fluids and keeping those things going. So, I mean, we're just in the grind of camp, and our kids have done a good job. They've embraced that, and we're working our way through it, and yet we're still, we still got quite a few practices left before we go to Denton and tee it up against North Texas.
Wow. So how does the team look?
We're young.
Okay.
I made this comment. We're so young, a lot of us aren't even shaving. We got one center that is an older player, and he's got a beard, so he chooses not to shave. But the rest of them are so young that they're not even shaving. Which just creates a pretty big learning curve. I mean, we're having to bring kids along, train them, and things of that nature. And we are getting better. We're not where we used to be, but we're not where we want to be. But we're somewhere in the process. We're excited. The kids are very excited. I know the staff's very excited. We're looking forward to the season.
Now I've noticed that you've had a lot of transfers in, that you're bringing players in. Talk to us about that.
We've had, one of the things we felt like we had to do when we first arrived here was go out and try to get some immediate help at some different positions. One of them was offensive line, and another one was receiver. We got two young kids from Mississippi, junior college players, that are in here, that are helping us, that are doing well. Daryl Colbert is a very impressive young man. He's a transfer quarterback from SMU. Now, this is a kid, he's been very impressive because I'm going to tell you what he's done since he left high school. In 3 years, he's managed to get a degree from SMU.
Wow, Coach.
He was redshirted 1 year, so he actually has 2 years of eligibility left at Lamar that he's working on his post-studies. Which is very impressive. I mean, it's not easy to go to any college and get your degree in 3 years, and yet this young man's done it. And he's in the mix. Him and Andrew Allen are really in the mix right now, battling for the starting quarterback position. I like the fact that there's competition at that position. There's probably no doubt they will both play the first game,
Wow.
But there is a nice, healthy, and I say that because it is healthy, battle for who's going to be the starter and eventually win that job between Daryl and Andrew Allen.
You know, his father is a hometown hero. We used to call him DC.
You know, I do know that. In fact, his father bounced a little bit around in the NFL for a short period of time, and that's why they call it NFL not for long.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was up
yeah.
there for a short period of time. Just the fact that he got there is extremely impressive. So he's got good genetics in his bloodline. And the fact that I think they have a lot of family here in Beaumont was attracted to him. So it was a really good marriage from the get-go when, you know, when he started, you know, reached out to us and started talking about maybe some interest in transferring.
So mentioning the local area kids, are you recruiting now? You know, the kids here in our area?
You know, we feel like to really build a base for our football team, and the base and the nucleus of our team needs to try to be triangle kids. You know, we've got kind of a little bit of a saying that we've adopted called Triangle Tough. And we want to find the toughest, meanest kids we can in the triangle and build our program with at Lamar University. So we're going to start here from the triangle. I kind of get a kick out of it. We're kind of getting into Houston quite a bit. And, you know, right now on the collegiate level, it's very a big deal to have a nationwide recruiting base.
Right.
Where people go all over the country we figure going out of the country right now, it would be going to Dallas and Fort
Going
Worth.
to Dallas.
Yeah, you know, that's our nationwide program. Now, I will say this, and we laugh about that, but we really want to try to build our kids from, you know, we're too close to Louisiana not to work into Louisiana a little bit. We don't want to go way into Louisiana, and we're just kind of going to a certain area, but we're going to recruit some kids from Louisiana. We want to try to build hard into East Texas, and then the triangle. Of course, you've got to incorporate Houston, and then, like I said, our distant recruiting is going to be Dallas, Fort Worth, maybe Austin, San Antonio, and that's for our freshmen. Now, junior college gets a little bit different. You know, we will take a national strategy in that area, but you know, there's only 130 or 140 junior colleges in the country that play football. So, you know, if you're going to go try to get immediate help from kids that are going to be able to transfer right now and help you, you're going to have to go into that with a national strategy.
So what's the difference between getting a high school graduate and a junior college recruit?
You know, of course, if you time it up right, you can always get the junior college kid in for spring practice. And you can do that now because, you know, so many kids are electing to graduate early. You're getting to be able to do that with some high school kids. But that's probably a little bit easier. You're getting a little bit more mature kid. You know, I joke about the shaving part, but most of the JC kids that are coming in, junior college kids, student athletes, are shaving. You know, so they're a little bit older, a little bit more mature, a little bit more developed. You probably don't, you know, their strength numbers are going to be a little bit higher most of the time than what you would out of a high school. Not all the time, but most of the time.
So okay, how are they adjusting to this Southeast Texas heat?
Well, you know, y'all talk about the Southeast Texas heat. I'm more concerned about the Southeast Texas weather because you get those sails that come in here with lightning behind you. You know, one thing I laugh about this, one thing our kids will be ready for is lightning delays if we ever get one in a game, because we've had several practices where we've gone off, started to practice, had to pull the kids off the field, sent them to go eat, brought them back and finished practice.
Wow.
You know, I laugh at the kids. We go about a little over an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes a day on the field, then another hour with walkthrough stuff. But I said, we're going to get our hour and 45 minutes in. Whether we have to split it up and wait for a cell to move through or not, I said, we're going to get that time in. And the kids have been great about it. You know, they understand, and we've been working around the weather. And then when you're not involved in the cell, you're right, you got the Southeast Texas humidity. And the big thing about that is we've made a big deal about staying hydrated. And most of the time right now, if you see a kid walking on campus and he's got a big milk jug filled with water, he's a football player. Because we actually have them carrying those things to classes and carrying them everywhere we go, because it's something that they've got to constantly do is keep replenishing their fluids.
So instead of carrying a football around campus,
they're carrying a milk jug. We've upgraded to a milk jug full of water. You know, so I mean those are some of the things that we're doing and having some success with it.
So who are some of the players we should be watching for this year?
Oh, I think defensively, I'd have to start with Rodney Randall. He's a local kid
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Extremely, has had success. You know, he is one of our few players that was selected to the all-conference, preseason all-conference. So Rodney Randall. On the other side of the ball, Zay Giles is a receiver, an inside receiver that I think has some explosiveness. What I call he's sudden, okay? He has a little suddenness. I'm looking forward to him. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at quarterback because both of our quarterbacks are athletic and they can run the football as well as throw. So I'm looking forward to see how that competition and who wins out that position, but both of them are athletic. Backfield-wise, we got a transfer from Texas A&M, a fifth-year guy that graduated from Texas A&M, a kid by the name of James White, who is a big physical back, really good inside runner that we'll have there. Seth Adams, one of our starting nose guard, who is a tremendous leader, has done a great job for us. I think he has some bright things headed in his future. You know, from there, you know, we got a couple of corners. Jalen Bowden, who is another safety, who has had a really, really good fall camp. So those are, you know, I could go on. I'm going to let it hold right there. But those are some of the kids I think that I look forward to watching them play and develop this year.
So on offense, are we going to see some smash nose football? Are we going to be up tempo? Or?
We're going to be we want to try to play fast. We're going to spread the field. We're going to try to create matchups that we think we can win, and try to play just about as fast as we can. Defensively, I've said I want to build it on one thing. I want to be able to run. I want to be physical. And I want to be able to tackle.
Wow.
So you know, that's running. Defense right now is about matching up these matchups and being able to win those one-on-one battles, and a lot of that, I think a lot of mistakes can be covered up on defense if you just run to the ball hard. So we've really been honing in and talking about running to the football, chasing the football hard, being physical once we got there, and being good tacklers. And then the last thing is to create turnovers.
Yeah. So what does the schedule look like this year?
You know what? I know the first game. I'm not sure. No. I'm so
one game at a time.
You know what? I'm not one of these guys that starts looking and starts making. Right now, we open up with North Texas. We come back with UT Permian bases. Then we open up with conference at Northwest Louisiana. The Southland Conference is a very, very competitive conference. I don't think there's a lot of room from the top of the league to the bottom of the league. I think there's a lot of parity within the league, so which tells me what we're going to have to do every week. We better go out there and we better be ready to play, and we better have every I dotted, every T crossed, every period in the place it's supposed to have a period, and to give us our best opportunity to have a chance to win the football game.
So now if you're talking to those who are watching today about the fan participation, what would you tell the local community about coming out to see the Lamar Cardinals?
We need for you to come. I've said this many, many times. I want to try to turn Provost Humphrey Stadium into a hostile environment.
Wow,
okay?
I like that.
They need to be able to come in. They need to allow. I want them to come early, stay late, tailgate all day, come in, have a good time, enjoy the game, and make it tough for opponents coming in, that they're not only battling the 11 people on the field, but they're battling the crowd and the band and the cheerleaders and the fans and everybody. It's got to be a hostile environment.
Wonderful. Well, listen, I want to thank Coach Shultz for coming today to talk with us about the Lamar Cardinal football team. Hey, listen, look, I put the number on the screen there for you to call to get your season tickets. Yes, get your season tickets, pack the stadium, and come out and see the Cardinals. It's going to be an exciting time. I mean, listen, they've been practicing over and over at least 30 times so far before the season even started. 15 off season, 15 now. Hey, listen, it's going to be a great, exciting year. So, again, I want to thank you for coming and share with us, and I want to thank you for joining us on what's happening in our neighborhood, and we will see you next time on our broadcast.
There's 365 days in a year. Out of those, we train and we work almost every day. Push yourself, challenge yourself to be the very best. This is what it all comes down to. Right now, this moment, this time.
Lamar University football tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets today.